This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Felt like 5 seconds that we were just staring at each other. I'm like, oh my God, you just cut me.
A man accused of several assaults in southeast Portland is in jail this morning. Police say he worked at a grocery store in the area, and investigators think there could be more victims.
Also, meet the Northwest author who saved $100,000 before she even turned 25. She says don't expect saving, though, to be innate. You've got to learn it.
Just like we don't come out of the womb expecting to speak fluent Italian and know how to play the tuba, you shouldn't expect to completely know how to money.
That is Tori Dunlap. She preaches something called financial feminism. We'll explain what that means. Plus, hear her top 3 tips to help you build a bigger bank account. That's coming up this morning at 5:15.
And we also have this for you right now. A look inside Portland Fire and Rescue Station 1. This is the station in downtown Portland right there along Nadeau Parkway. The firefighters lovingly call this one the big house. At least the firefighters who work at this station. I don't know how the rest of the department feels about that, but the big house is what we're checking out this morning. Eric Patterson will give us that look behind the scenes, a morning in the life of a Portland firefighter, throughout the show here on Sunrise.
Interesting stuff. Thank you so much for waking up with us on this Thursday, Friday Eve. We're almost there, guys.
Yes, we are. Thank goodness. Rodney, what do you have for us in that Thursday forecast?
This was fun yesterday. You think we went,
did it work? You want us to do it again?
Well, I think it worked. We warned once the sun came out. Here's a look at our temperatures this morning. Another cold, frosty start out there. We have light winds. We do have a little bit of cloudiness up top. That's the one difference in what we had yesterday. But 28 in Hillsborough, Sherwood 28 degrees, Gresham 29. Just pointing out some of the 20-somethings. There's Salem and Kaiser in the upper 20s. Anybody colder? No, McMinnville 28. Good morning, Canby 29 is your number. The weather map is a dry one today. There are some high clouds over the airport. Partly cloudy skies, 34 out along the river right now, 40 at noon. Yesterday we hit 45. Today I think we get up to about 47 for a high temperature. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Rod. Vancouver police are hoping you can help them find this 3-year-old boy. His name is Zane Alex Taylor. Police say he was last seen with his father, Caden Milligan, who does not have custody. Investigators tell us Milligan was facing a criminal investigation, then took off with Zane. The boy is 3 feet tall with brown eyes and brown hair. He was last seen wearing Carhartt pants and a long sleeve shirt. His father, Milligan, is 6'1", 195 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair as well. Police say he might be driving a black Subaru Outback. If you see them, investigators say don't try to talk to them, just call 911.
Now to the arrest of a grocery store worker who Portland police are calling a serial assaulter. KGW's Catherine Cook talked to a woman who was attacked. She says she was leaving a yoga class when a stranger cut her. A warning, some of the details here and the video are graphic.
Police say all 4 attacks happened in this neighborhood near Southeast 10th and Belmont. In fact, court documents say the suspect worked right here at this market of choice. His name is Christopher Lucchini. Here's his mugshot. Police believe there may be other victims out there who haven't stepped forward yet. They hope they do. So does one victim we met.
I don't know, I'm pretty traumatized in the situation. I'm just scared, like I'm always looking over my shoulder.
Tooney's shoulder is now a constant reminder of what happened 2 weeks ago. It was the night of January 30th. Tooney says she and a friend were leaving a yoga class near Southeast 8th and Morrison when a man approached her from behind.
And he tapped me on the shoulder from behind, and then he just, I think the knife was inside of his sleeve, so he just kind of just cut me down the shoulder.
Police later identified the man as 27-year-old Christopher Lucchini.
And it felt like 5 seconds that we were just staring at each other, and then he just starts walking away, and then that's when I start screaming. I'm like, oh my God, you just cut me.
Police say it was one of 4 similar attacks carried out between January 12th and February 7th, all in this neighborhood, all against women, and 3 resulting in knife injuries like 2 knees. Court documents show investigators found multiple surveillance videos confirming that Lucchini was their suspect. Then, on Tuesday night, police arrested Lucchini at the Market of Choice. They say property found with a search warrant connected Lucchini to the assaults.
Page 15, line 3, last at Lucchini, first of Christopher.
On Wednesday, Lucchini was arraigned on multiple charges, including 3 counts of assault in the second degree. In court, a prosecutor read statements from 2 of the victims, including one woman who says Lucchini cut her arm.
I stopped going out at all, as every person who walks by me has the potential to hurt me. I have to sleep with a nightlight, and my door now open to stop the anxiety attacks at night.
Scars, emotional and physical, Tuni can relate to.
I just hope that he doesn't do this to anybody else, and I hope he stays behind there because I'm scared for my safety.
In Southeast Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Multnomah County and Street Roots released their annual report on the number of homeless people who have died in the county. This is the 11th time they've issued this report, and it shows the largest number of deaths since they started counting. So according to this latest report, 193 people experiencing homelessness died in 2021. The year before, that number was 126. According to the county, meth was involved in 93 of these deaths, or roughly half of them, and fentanyl was responsible for 36 deaths, 4 more than the year before. All total, 80% of these deaths were considered not natural.
And I am still going to hold out hope that we are making changes and moving forward in a way that provides better so that people aren't dying in their 40s from things that can be prevented.
2021 was also the deadliest year when it came to homicides among people who are homeless. That number jumped from 8 in 2020 to 18 in 2021.
The city of Portland is temporarily stopping its distribution of tarps and tents to homeless people. Commissioner Rene Gonzalez made that call on Tuesday, and he says the move is to try to prevent out-of-control fires. One happened earlier this week under the Morrison Bridge. Meantime, Portland Fire has been called to tent and tarp-related fires more than 1,000 times over the last couple years.
Recent data shows more than 30% of the deaths from fires in Portland are from homeless people. We spoke to one man living on the streets who says he's fighting to stay warm, really the only way he knows how.
Campfires, the burn barrels and everything like that, and layers like an onion. I'd like to see him freaking come out here and do that. Try to survive without no tarp.
Commissioner Gonzalez says if needed, he will have warming centers go over the occupancy limit in the fire code for anyone that wants to stay in one. He also says he hopes the temporary ban will broaden the discussion on how to address this issue.
Other headlines this morning. Today, Clackamas County will vote on creating its first transitional housing facility. Commissioners will decide whether or not to spend $15 million in grants to buy and renovate a hotel into housing for the homeless. They're considering the Quality Inn off Interstate 205 on Sunnyside Road. It's close to transportation and services like the county's Sunnyside Health Clinic and also Kaiser's Sunnyside Medical Center. In Clark County's special election Tuesday, voters approved a replacement tax levy to build affordable housing. It'll raise $100 million over 10 years. The latest numbers show this one is passing with about 54% of the vote. Also, the Vancouver Public Schools levy is passing with 57% support. The money will be used to keep current programs and staffing in place. And finally, the Oregon Zoo is getting ready for its Feel the Love discount days, starting this Saturday and running through next Friday, the 24th. Admission will be just $12 for everyone. That's half off adult tickets and a $7 discount for kids 2 to 11. You can order those tickets at OregonZoo.org. And those are some of your Thursday headlines.
I always love these videos, those like otters and all the animals.
Yeah.
It makes
The
me so
zoo
happy.
does a good job,
Yeah.
I was going to
right?
say the zoo loves them too because, man, they get a lot of play on their YouTube page for sure. Rod Hill.
Yes, sir.
What do you have for us in the weather department?
Christy Phillips on my, good morning, Christy, if you're watching, on my KGW Facebook page says, come on, snow. What would she be talking about?
Oh, I know.
A lot of people are, apparently this is starting to show up on phones because a lot of people are starting to talk about
Those crazy phones.
Next week. Why do we carry those things around anyway? Here's a look at the favorite map, right? This is the one that shows the Arctic air up here in purple. This is this weekend. No concerns this weekend at all. But right now, most models are starting to show the leading edge of this weather event, the cold front coming in Tuesday night of next week. And this is Wednesday, 9 a.m. with the cold air now starting to spill in place. And here's the cold air. I mean, we're not in the core of it. This initially begins Tuesday night with a shot of cold air coming out of the Gulf of Alaska, similar to what we had this past Monday night, Tuesday. But eventually we could develop an east wind and start pulling off of some of this colder weather. Notice this is Saturday. So I'm talking about a cold snap that could develop Tuesday overnight into Wednesday morning and last into the weekend. One thing that's not even close to being certain right now is how much moisture could be available during this in terms of snow. But it does look possible that we could have at least snow showers Wednesday through Saturday with freezing temps starting Wednesday overnight, all areas. Meaning there could be, if there are snow showers, they would be sticking in downtown Portland. They would be sticking, I think, potentially along the Oregon coast as well. So, I mean, right now you have to like our chances of everybody getting at least something. The question is, does it turn out to be a storm episode at some point? And that's unclear. I like our chances of east winds developing and keeping that cold weather going. Overall, the cold air I'm tracking next week looks a category colder than what we just had this Monday night into Tuesday morning. Okay, let's talk about today. Today's simple. We have light winds. We have dry weather. This weak system is kind of splitting apart. It will never really push inland. Radar is picking up some light precipitation offshore. And I suppose maybe there could be a sprinkle along the coast today, but that would be it. Otherwise, the clouds from that are going to be thinning, so I expect kind of a partly sunny, filtered sunshine kind of day. Here are the current numbers. They're cold. 28 in Salem, Eugene, 29 Kelso, 28 in the Dalles. PDX, one of the few spots in the valley holding above freezing. Futurecast, here we are this morning, just shows the rain staying offshore, maybe nipping later today up along the Washington coast. 7-day forecast numbers, 47 today, really similar conditions and dry through Saturday. Sunday afternoon, rain chances increase. We have some rain on Monday. This could be heavy rain amounts with gusty winds Tuesday ahead of that front. Notice Wednesday, we're in the 30s all day with those little white things we call snowflakes. That's it for now.
It's your favorite time of year. Look at you getting all excited about it. Rod, thank you. Stay with us. Much more to come here on Sunrise this morning. Just ahead, meet the Northwest woman who saved $100K before she turned 25. She wrote a best-selling book about this, and this morning she's sharing 3 things that you can do to start building up your own bank account. That's after the break.